Hello and welcome to the 30 to Lock show presented by RotoRadar Daily Fantasy Sports. My name is Joshua Reimer. I am joined by none other than Jared Block, who's over on my right. Jared, how are you doing on this little bit early Wednesday evening?
Yeah, I'm being rudely interrupted by a cat who has been basically trying to get my attention since this morning's content. So
Nice.
it's been a long day of content, but we still have a little bit longer to go. And yeah, I'm hoping for some late heroics from these Rockies bats for the early slate still.
Yeah, me too. A good old Charlie home run would do me well. Ryan McMahon just got to work, got a double. Could use a little bit more of that. We're looking good on FanDuel, but things over on DraftKings are definitely a sore subject right now. So looking to get some runs over on DraftKings. Think we still have the potential to do it. Mackenzie Gore continues to ruin our day. Luckily, he's out after that fifth inning, so we at least have that relief at the very least. But yeah, we have a main slate locking on FanDuel in just about 20 minutes. We have a DraftKings main slate locking in an hour and 20 minutes because DraftKings is going to be DraftKings. And then we have NBA locking in an hour and 15. So lots and lots of content, like you said.
A ton, and these are always interesting. We complain, but again, at the end of the day, it's still baseball, right? So
Yeah.
it could always be worse, and I think that tomorrow could be one of those days. So
Huh.
we'll see how it
Yeah.
goes with that. But yeah, I like the FanDuel slate a little bit more than I like the DraftKings slate. I think you'd have to agree with me a little bit there.
Yeah, definitely. FanDuel is a little bit better than DraftKings. Like the pitchers that you can get over on FanDuel compared to what you can get on DraftKings, but I still think we have an edge on both sites that I feel pretty comfortable with. FanDuel, I feel like you get a lot more options at the hitter positions and a lot more options at the pitcher positions as well. Honestly, there's some pretty key stacks and pitchers in these first few games that FanDuel is allowing you to use.
Yep, and that's the major thing for me. I like the a lot of the pitching options we have on FanDuel as well. DraftKings kind of a weird thing where you're probably going to pay up for Rodon, or a lot of people will, and try to guess and figure out who's going to be. Are they going to be able to just have the money to stack the pitchers from that game? Because I feel like that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue where else people are planning to go at the pitcher position over on DraftKings, but it certainly is going to make for an interesting conversation, and I am excited to keep an eye out for it and at least keep a lookout for it. I know my pitchers that I really like over on that slate, and if you want that type of content, you can go sign up and go find it. All right, Jared. The typical question that I try to ask at the beginning of these streams: who is the one guy in your lineup that, or who isn't in your lineup that you wish you could have got in today on FanDuel?
I think that guy today is going to end up being Gleyber Torres. I wasn't a fan of him being number 7 in the lineup. I could have done it, and it'd probably be the decision of going either Carlos Correa or Gleyber Torres, or Aaron Hicks or Gleyber Torres, and I just like those two bats so much more than Torres presents. He's in a great spot today, and he has very good historics against Erod and his pitch type. It's just gonna be one of those spots where I think Gleyber could potentially just fall to the wayside for me today.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to use the whole Yankees lineup. Like I wanted some
Mm.
Yankees in my build today, and I just wasn't able to get the job done. So, got a stack that I feel really good about. That I talked a little bit about on the show. That kind of fell to the wayside, but I feel like I'm in a really solid spot, and I get to be the whisperer again. Hopefully, yeah, I think it's going to work out for me pretty well today. And for those who know what that means, they know what that means. Bacon23 in the chat saying, yo, yo, yo. What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, we're sitting pretty. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. They can be pertaining to MLB, FanDuel, DraftKings. Can even be pertaining to NBA if you want. And it doesn't have to just be DFS. Can be sports betting. Can be based off of Prize Picks. Whatever you want to ask, we will be happy to answer. But if not, Jared and I can just shoot the shit for the next few minutes.
Yeah, I posted super early, so I don't even really know what to do right now. So
Yeah.
I'm already good. FanDuel locks in 20 minutes, and DraftKings is in an hour. So yeah, I'm pretty much just chilling right now.
Yeah, I need to get to getting ready to post on FanDuel, so I'm gonna work on that now while we're kind of relaxing a little bit.
I would assume this is not. If I was working a different job, this would not be an ideal time for me to enter some FanDuel lineups. It'd be like the worst possible time imaginable,
Yeah.
right before 5 o'clock gets out Central Time. But I can only speak for that time zone. So I remember it always takes me back. Like I obviously would have to do it all mobile. It was always kind of a headache to try to get lineups in at 6:05 from what I remember when I was actually going back and forth to the office. Those days, I'm glad are far gone.
Yeah, I remember the days when I never had to put them in a job because this has always been my job at RotoRadar. But I remember the days when I was in college classrooms and had to fill in a lineup before lock for NBA or, for whatever sport. And those were always interesting days for sure.
Oh, the college stuff is the worst. By the way, fun times. I've definitely said this before, but I definitely on the day that I graduated college, I had entered an NFL lineup as
Nice.
as my group was being called up. So
Very nice.
that was a fun time.
Hell yeah.
That shows my commitment to the sport for forever.
Yes, yes, it does. Literally says, "What's up, guys? What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day." Uh, Bacon said, "What did you do before this?"
Well, I've been with RotoRadar since 2016, part time up until last fall, and I worked at my last corporate job. I worked in talent acquisition in the background check department, so that was my gig there.
Yeah, sorry.
Good times though.
Megs is trying
I
to.
definitely don't.
Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
No, I'm just saying like I definitely don't miss that. It kept there was a surprise every single day, but I feel like I'd rather have the surprises in sports every single day instead.
Yes, without a doubt. Sorry about that. My Megs came in the room and she was handing me a Diet Coke and she was trying to talk to me through hand signals. So I was half paying attention to you and half paying attention to her, and that is why you got me interrupting you in mid sentence because I thought you were still talking to me.
No, we're all good here. I used to monitor people's drug tests and look at background checks and stuff, so it was a good time, like I said, but I'd much rather be doing this. I just
Yeah.
remember it being really, really, really awkward for central time zone people to enter lineups at certain points of the day.
Yeah, luckily, I mean, like, I couldn't imagine how many lineups I'd have to enter in the middle of class if I was Western time zone. That'd be rough at that 4 p.m. time. Like, I don't know how people handle it, but luckily I was Eastern, so like 7 was pretty good.
I can't imagine being on the West Coast and having to do NFL. Probably
Yeah.
like that would bug the crap out of me. That's because I already wake up and do those early London slates, and
Oh
yeah,
my
that's a
goodness.
nightmare.
London slates would be awful. I mean, London slates are like 8 a.m.
Yep, basically.
For the season pass members, my FanDuel lineup is posted. Actually, not quite, but it's close to being posted. It's posted in the Premier lineup page, but just need to make it a main slate lineup instead of an early only. Little Ellie said, "Did you guys see they reset the scores for Cleveland, Chicago single game on FanDuel? Reset the. I'm sure they're just working through a bug or something. I'm sure they'll fix it." Losing Streak says, "Friends have told me they can see me punching in lineups when watching back class recordings."
Very
that's
nice.
that's pretty funny. That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, that's commitment right there.
Yeah, I got the occasional question back in college, like, "What are you doing on your phone?" Sorry, I got to do something. Got to do something for work, is what I'd usually say.
Like, yeah, it's like I can't. Can it wait? No,
No,
that's the question I used to get all the time.
yeah,
It absolutely cannot wait.
yeah, exactly. No, it needs to be in at this time, or else I lose money. So I need to do this. Man, that was back in the days when NBA didn't have they didn't have late swap. Gosh, remember those days?
Yes, I do remember those days well. Yeah.
Holy crap. That's a flash to the past that I don't want to remember. Bacon says yes, people always like take a day off, and it's like, no, I already have Out of the money. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Doesn't seem like we have much DFS questions. We're kind of chilling. I guess it kind of comes with not having DraftKings content right now. Um, still wanting to see a couple of those lineups release so we can get a better idea for DraftKings. But that will be posted at 6:35. Oh my gosh. Go Friars brings up a great point. Remember that? The drop the lowest score technique that FanDuel did for a season? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a whole bunch of strategies around that. I mean, we still did well during that time, but man, that was there's a specific one that I remember, and it was I think Draymond Green got scratched during the no late swap stuff. That might have been during lowest score too, but that was one of the worst ones that I remember. That was like 2017 or 16. There's a specific Draymond Green night where there was no game left and there was like 2 hours in between games, and yeah, he got scratched like after the game. It was like very similar to what happened this year where he went in for that Curry game and then
Hmm.
started and played like 30 seconds and then he came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild times. The DFS industry has gone a long way, guys. So if you just remember where we came from, that's all I have to say.
Remember where we came from, indeed. Back in the days when 300 meant you were cashing cash games every day on NBA. And now 300 feels like you're not even top 70% sometimes. It's crazy the difference that we had from previous NBA seasons. Um,
Like even MLB, it was like if you had over 100, you were in a good spot.
hmm Yeah. Now you can have like 150 some days and not even cash. Uh, anyone having trouble picking a pitcher on the FanDuel app? I haven't looked at the FanDuel app, so I personally haven't had any problems. I did all my stuff on the computer today. Um, so I don't know if anyone else is having a problem. Feel free to share it in the chat. But Iconics asks home run calls for FanDuel. Do you want to give yours first?
Yep. Jorge Polanco and Rafael Devers.
Nice. We're gonna take Vlad and Kyle Tucker. Let's see if I can be the Kyle Tucker whisperer one more time, or many more times, but another time here. Um, Conic said, "Yeah, I don't know using my laptop. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any problems. Maybe refresh, maybe close out the app and then reopen. Who knows? Um, all right, we are about 10 minutes away from lock, Jared. Um, Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to look at your final lineup. You sent me two that you were considering using. I was curious. Oh, you went with the one. I like that one. That's my favorite.
What, the one that I went with?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yep. It was either that or go completely ballistic and fade one of my favorite stacks.
You should still
So
throw Lyles in somewhere though. I feel like,
I might throw a different, I might just play them both, but this is the one I'm going to rock with.
yeah. My goodness, Jose Ramirez having a day. Already has a double in the first game or in the second game of the day. By the way,
What
for
if they,
those, go ahead.
no, my question's done.
Okay. By the way, for those who don't know, if you have not checked out the schedule for tomorrow's MLB slate, it's a funky one. We're most likely going to have what we had last Wednesday and have a very early slate. Most likely something that locks around noontime. Everything's early that day. And it's going to be one of those day slates, most likely for the main slate. There's only like two or three late night games, so I would be surprised if FanDuel or DraftKings made the main slate late night, but we're gonna hopefully see here soon.
Yep, I'm not going to say either way because I'm just going to roll with the punches and try not to complain about it. I want to complain, but I think I'm just going to stop because this week's already been one of the longest weeks ever.
Yeah, it certainly has been a long week. That is without a doubt. Um, Bacon says trading a new employee so hard for me to catch early content this week. Yeah, man, we'll try to get it in as early as possible, but I know it's tough for people to fit in that early content. Hopefully, it comes to an end soon. I don't. We still have another week of it though. At least we know that next week, next Thursday, is going to be another early day slate.
Yes.
But after that, we don't know much. We haven't looked that far in advance, but should be interesting. What was your dumb question? I want to know now.
Uh, I was just gonna say, why don't they make doubleheaders 18 inning games? That was
Just
something
like,
like that. I don't
just
know.
and like whoever wins gets 2 wins, and whoever loses gets
Yeah,
2 losses.
yeah.
I like that. Fuck it, why not? I mean, who cares? Like, you're playing 18 innings anyway throughout the day.
I mean, they're already doing it, and they're already. Why take the extra hour or two in between games?
Yeah, it just to create, it just yeah, it's kind of pointless. I don't know. Also, I mean, I'm assuming the main reason is ticket sales at the end. Like your ticket sales would go,
Definitely, it's definitely the reason.
yeah, ticket sales. I mean, also just like the logistics, I'm sure are a little funky, but I don't know. Would you have two starting pitchers that day? Would you throw out one starting pitcher and then another starting pitcher?
Probably, if that ever happened in Milwaukee, nobody would make it out of the stands alive. So
Go Friars says, "Let's hope the ball is flying out of Fenway tonight." That's the plan. Go Friars. That's the plan indeed. Oh, I like Bacon's idea. Everyone in the field has to pitch an inning.
okay, so you can have one starter at the first or wherever you want to use your starter, but you have to have every single fielder pitch an inning. I like that.
That's spicy. That's spicy indeed.
I think that these rules need to go to Manfred.
Yeah,
Maybe
right
he'll give
away.
us some MLB headphones for our good ideas.
I'd love some MLB Bose headphones. What are you talking about, man? I, you
What if
know,
you already had a pair of headphones? Can you just take it back?
I don't know. That's a good question. Return it to Manfred. Give me my $300.
Can I exchange this for Amazon credit?
Oh, jeez. Would you play
This is
pitchers
what
in the
happens when we
I know none
play
of you
play
ask
pitchers.
questions, so like none of you ask questions, so we just shoot the shit and have fun and talk about stuff. I was saying, would you play in this scenario that we're talking about, in this hypothetical scenario that we're talking about? Would you play pitchers at like certain positions? Like trying to think of a pitcher who could play. I'm sure some pitchers could play outfield, man. Like play some
Oh, I
relievers in
know.
the outfield.
Yeah, I know. Lorenzen can play outfield.
Yeah, like Shohei could
You
play
just have to
outfield.
go. Yeah, you have to just go look back at their college stats, and you'll get your answer probably.
There you go. I'm sure Brendan McKay could play outfield. Life Augusti says any home run calls for the early games. We kind of already said them, but we'll say them again. Mine is Kyle Tucker and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Yours is Jorge Polanco and Rafael Devers. Correct.
Yes.
Little Italy says we enjoy you guys shooting the shit while we put in line. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoy us shooting the shit because I mean, like at this point, there's just nothing for us to do. Like everything's locked and loaded. I've had everything posted for quite a while now, so
Yep. It's also nice that Twitch has kind of stepped their game up, and you should be able to go back and forth throughout the app while still having you be able to hear us.
yeah, exactly. You should. I know with my phone, I have like the video playing in the right hand corner whenever I exit the app. So if you're doing it on your phone, that's definitely a way to do it. Bacon said probably just slap them at first. No, dude, that sounds awful. You have to rely on their fielding so much. At least in the outfield, you just hope it never gets hit to them. Bacon said I'm just sitting here trying to figure out showdowns. Yeah, I gotta look at. After seeing all the winning results from Corn, I feel like I have to look at showdowns now too. And all of these winning results from Corn, they're not even like provided builds. It's just him teaching people the process,
That's right.
which is absolutely sick. I mean, not many DFS companies prioritize teaching their members, and I think Corn does the best job of it out of any pro in the group for sure. Um, Go Fryer says yes, it's so much better. Conic says, man, the Giants game isn't on. No way, it's not on TV at all. That's crazy.
That sounds like a MLB mistake. Sounds
Yeah,
like
it
something
does.
they'd be doing.
Yeah. Uh, Literally says you guys have been working hard all day. Take a breather. Yeah, this is a nice. This is a breather for us. Just shooting the shit, talking with you guys, having fun. It's not on MLB or anything. Not local either. That stinks, man. Whatever. You don't want to
I
watch
know
it
why.
today because Rendon's gonna get shelled.
I know why.
Why?
It's because the Nets are playing the Celtics right now,
Ooh,
right
yeah,
now.
you're right. You're right. Conix tells me to shut the fuck up and said no, he's not.
Yep,
Yeah.
all permitted.
Yeah, he should. He should permit it. That's reasonable. Uh, Bacon says I usually have my DK lineups done before Corn puts out his content. He's made the process pretty clear. He does that, man, and he really helps out members to win. A lot of members winning some big cash today, last night. I know people got takedowns in the early only game yesterday, or in the early Mets game yesterday. It's been a good day for MLB members. Good past couple days for MLB members. My win rate's over 60%. Jared has been smashing with a few min cashes over the past few days. MLB has been very profitable to start out the year. That is without a doubt.
Yeah, if you played corn and nothing else, I'm sure you're probably prepared for your season.
Oh, without a doubt.
Just making my last second adjustments here to make sure that I actually clicked submit. So this is your reminder.
Isn't that the worst when you don't hit
It
it?
happens a lot when we're on this show, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of things pulling us in different directions, especially when we're on this show. So it does happen from time to time. But I am all good. I am set up. I am locked and loaded. So thank goodness, because if I wasn't, I'd be I'd be a little bit worried. But we're all set on my end. Sadly, we have no one locking at in the first game, so like we're gonna get out of here without any ownership talk. But when we do get out of here, Jared and I are gonna go finish up DraftKings content and then post NBA content as well. So you guys have that to look forward to. We will not be on the mic for the rest of the day, but if you are someone who likes to watch us on stream, make sure just to keep an eye out for announcements tomorrow because there's gonna be some switch arounds with times most likely depending on the main slate. I think that's the last thing that we're waiting for is to potentially find out if that main slate is going to be at like noontime.
Yep. And we'll
Jared,
see if
what
the sites talk to each other here.
Jared, what the heck are we going to do if tomorrow's slate is noontime? Like, we're going to have to start recording stuff so early tomorrow.
Yep. Essentially.
Rough,
That's
rough
how
day
that
at the
goes.
office. Yeah, that is how that
Yeah.
goes indeed. Um, I just realized I didn't even put on a hat today. That's weird. All right, I don't have one near me either. So you don't do that very often. You always have the hat on. This is like 2 days this week that I haven't had the hat on.
I'd never, almost never wear, well, especially with these headphones. Like if I'm wearing um some other headphones that I don't have to put over my head, I'll not wear a hat. But yeah, no, I'm pretty much hat guy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I do.
I don't blame you. I'm a hack guy as well. Bacon says, how do we decide between batters when their weighted runs created above average is almost the same? Take a chance with the guy with the higher hard contact. I think you look at higher hard contact. I think you look at lower K rate at that point. I think you look at the lower walk rate as well. You don't want walks, you want home runs, you want hits. So you're looking for those lower points, looking for stolen base opportunities after that. Like all those things can factor in. I don't know. If there was one stat you had to say you rely on the most outside of weighted runs created above average, what would you say it is?
I would say a lot of the things you said, hard contact specifically, or and then specifically this season kind of numbers. Also, I was going to add to that, not necessarily analytical, but you need to, and this is where watching the games comes in very handedly. So if you didn't watch that and you got if you saw yesterday that that player went 0 for 4, it doesn't really necessarily tell you how hot or how well they're seeing the ball. Like, for example, earlier this week, Sean Murphy had been crushing baseballs, and then he went 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 on either Tuesday or Monday night. But two of those shots were at the warning track. So, like, I think eye test is something extremely important, as well as just knowing how lucky or unlucky that specific hitter's been lately.
Yeah, some great point. I love that point about um, looking farther than just their looking at recency, but also looking at recency in the case of like, oh, this batter has gone 0 for 4. But I watched this game last night, and I know that most of these shots went to the warning track, or he was hitting really well. He looked like he was really focused. Whatever it is for that specific hitter. Definitely a lot of things to consider outside of weighted runs created above average. But you're right, top stat that you should be considering, in my opinion, is weighted runs created above average. Career average over start of this season. I would not say career average. I would say try to find something that lets you see this year and last year. Because career average is too much data, I think, in my opinion. I think you want to narrow it down a little bit more at the end of the day and try to find something that gives you 2021 and 2022.
Okay, we have officially entered lock as well as the slate for tomorrow. So Thursday's main slate, 6 games, a 1:10 Eastern start.
Nice. Solid. Going to be an early morning for us.
I'm surprised that they went this route, I guess, is what I'm trying to. How many
Really?
games are actually happening? Thursday is usually a travel day, so it would make sense that the main slate would be smaller. But they decided they wanted to just cut out Diamondbacks, Nationals, Cardinals, Marlins, Pirates, Cubs, Rangers, Mariners. Like there's that these all these times just start really awkwardly to end the night. So I'm interested to see what DK does.
I think the only other game that you could include in that mix is probably Diamondbacks and Nationals, and then if you add like Marlins and Cardinals, you add too much to the slate, most likely. Don't you think?
Yep, would agree. I would, yeah, definitely. So 6 game slate, not the worst thing in the world. I actually kind of don't mind that. Um, I'm interested to see what DraftKings does. We should have that like right now too.
We won't have that until they lock today's, so we're gonna wait a little bit longer,
Oh,
I think.
good point. Okay. Well, guys, prepare for a 30 to lock early morning tomorrow.
Yep. I mean, early morning, afternoon. It's gonna be at what you said 1:10 is start time, so it's going to be
Yeah,
at 12:40
40.
Eastern, 11:40 Central. But yeah, you guys can count on that. We don't have any ownership in the first game. I'd be surprised if any of the industry went anywhere in this first game. So it's going to be a wait and see approach. But we definitely have some bats and some pitchers in the early game, so that's going to be something to watch out for and something to get excited for. So yeah, Jared, any final thoughts before we get out of here, man?
No, this is one of the only times I'll say this, but go Yankees.
Go Yanks indeed. Let's get a dub. All right, let's get out of here. As always, my name is Joshua Reimer. Good night and good skill.